Hello everyone and welcome to Nowhere Video's Afterthoughts. I'm Todd Hilton from Nowhere Video Productions. This is a casual video blog that I've started in order to share ideas, get out some random thoughts, and share with you any other things that just happen to be rattling around in my head. If you are new to Nowhere Video Productions, I invite you to check out Nowhere Video Network here on YouTube and enjoy some good quality entertainment. We have done all different kinds of things, from documentaries, comedy, music, food, travel, paranormal investigations, also known as ghost hunting, all different kinds of things. So I'm sure you'll find something that will entertain you, and I invite you to check out some entertainment. Quality entertainment at affordable prices. That's why we're here. Nowhere Video is a small production group with big dreams. It's made up of myself and my closest friends, and we've been doing this since 1987, making videos to entertain people, and I hope you'll jump on board. Check us out. So recently, I'm driving through Moses Lake, Washington, and going through some of the residential areas, and I came across something, and I did a double take, and about messed my pants. Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So I see this van. Now, to the people in Moses Lake, this is probably just a van parked in a driveway. But I realized that this was no ordinary van. This is the van from the Angry Video Game Nerd movie. Normally, I would not necessarily promote other people's work on the channel here, but I happen to think that I have quite a bit in common with Mr. James Rolfe of Cinemassacre Productions, and I know that he spent about 8 years trying to make this movie based on his very popular character of the Nerd. And I came across this van. I'm like, holy freaking crap, how can that possibly be here? And here it is. It's the van from the movie in Moses Lake, Washington, of all places. So being a fan of Cinemassacre, I had to drive around several times, and I got video of this van. I'm like, holy crap, I have to share this with somebody. And again, I wouldn't normally promote someone else's work on the channel here, but I feel that I have a lot in common with James. In fact, if he happens to see this or hears about it, James, I'm a big fan of Cinemassacre Productions, and I love and appreciate what you do, not only as a viewer, but as someone who has worked in video for most of their life. I love making videos, I love entertaining people, and to me the biggest gratitude that I get is when someone watches what I've made and really enjoys watching it, really has a great time, they get a laugh out of it, they're informed, and they're just entertained by it. I am actually very fascinated by seeing the process of how other creative minds work, how they're able to come up with practical solutions to these creative problems when you don't have a box office Hollywood budget of millions of dollars. You're kind of restricted on what you're able to do, not only from a financial standpoint, but you need a lot of people to help you out. And so I know why this took as long as it did for him to make this film. And I was actually one of the people, at the time I was living in the Chicago area, and he was able to get his movie played in select theaters throughout the country. And when the tickets became available to go see it, I jumped on it. But I was too late. I was out of luck. I was not able to see the movie in the theater. I was actually really disappointed. It's one of those things that I really wanted to go see. Not only because I enjoy the work of James and Cinemassacre, but I really wanted to see this movie. The trailer looked fantastic. and I could tell that he put a lot of heart and soul into this thing, and I wanted to go support that. And when I missed out on getting the tickets to go see it in the theater, I was pretty bummed. So I had to wait until the download became available to purchase online. So that's what I did. So I bought the download and watched it several times. I watched it with my 18-year-old son, and we both got a big laugh out of it. And being a gamer myself, I understand the position of being frustrated with games, and looking at it now from an outside standpoint, it's actually kind of hilarious that you're getting so mad at these games, and it's just a game on a screen. But when you're playing it, it's a whole different experience. You get pissed off, you want to pick up the controller and throw it. Myself, my cousin Jeff, who I used to play games with as a kid, I totally identify with getting pissed off at video games. It's something I grew up with. And James Rolfe, being basically the same generation as me, I totally get it. And I both love and appreciate what he has done, and I wish him continued success. I absolutely love what you do, and I think it would be awesome if I ever had the chance to meet you. I think it'd be pretty sweet. So so I saw this van, and I had to get pictures and video of it. I just couldn't believe it. I know for a fact that James is based out of Pennsylvania, and I'm on the West Coast. I know he came out to the West Coast to shoot a big majority of his movie, and I would assume that when he was wrapped up shooting, they no longer needed the van, so I don't know if he sold it, gave it away, I'm not sure. But to see it on some random street in a town that I'm going through all the time, it just blew my mind. I really? What the hell? No freaking way. Yes, I'm pulling out my phone, I'm taking pictures, and at a later point I came back around with a different camera and I shot video of it. I've got to show somebody this. This is nuts. How is this van here in Moses Lake, Washington, of all places? So some lucky fan has not only a piece of cinema history and a very cool prop, but this van, I believe, represents the realization of a dream. It's a piece of a dream that came true for an independent producer who was able to make this film and realize a dream that, if I'm not mistaken, took 8 years from concept to screen. That's a long time. It's really difficult for an independent filmmaker, independent videographer, producer to create something on this scale because it's a matter of the funding, the time, the people, the effort. It's huge. It's really difficult for an independent to create a feature-length production and that has the production value to match in order to create the vision of what you're seeing on a relatively small budget. It's really hard. I have been working on a feature-length project myself really since I was a kid. This is the Achilles heel of mine, Video Ventures, which also just happens to be about video games. I won't go too in-depth into that right now. That is going to be dedicated to a video entirely in itself. But I totally get it. When you're limited by your resources, there's no limit in creativity, but when you're limited by resources, it's a very long, painstaking process to be able to create a feature-length movie that will match your imagination. I've said before that I have not let my limitations inhibit my creativity, but at the same time, you are still limited to what you can do with a limited budget, limited people, limited props. It takes a huge effect, so that's why it takes so incredibly long to create something of this magnitude. So my hat's off to James, and I really love the movie. I love the series. I'm actually a big fan of all of Cinemassacre's productions. This is a guy that I can relate to, someone who just loves to entertain people through video, and I completely identify with that. And I just wanted to share that as part of Afterthoughts, part of this blog that I'm making here. I wanted to show somebody, anybody, somebody else who's also a fan of AVGN and Cinemassacre, and that's pretty much it. So, James, keep doing what you're doing. Absolutely love it. And as for me, I will see you next time for more Noir Videos Afterthoughts. I'm Todd Hilton. Thanks for watching.